What's up, y'all? Dust the Mess back again. My pronouns are she and they, and today's going to be sort of a shorter video. So I was feeling a little under the weather this week, wasn't sleeping a whole lot, ended up with a migraine that turned into a fever. It was a lot. I didn't end up recording a video on my usual schedule, which is why you're getting a Sunday video instead of a Saturday, because I'm recording on Saturday. So, mostly want to touch base on a few things with the way the channel's going to develop. Got some feedback from some friends and wanted to see about putting audio versions of my videos up as a podcast, because it's kind of the style I'm doing anyway. So I'll continue to do videos, but I'll just be addressing the vague audience as everybody instead of what's up YouTube like I'd been doing, because I feel like that makes more sense. Even though it's a YouTube podcast, it'll be more accessible, or more broad anyway. So I'm going to look into like Spotify, gonna see if I can get this on YouTube Music. I do have a music account for music that I've done, but I'm not going to link the two. So that being said, a few cool things are happening. For starters, I'm getting a green screen. It was supposed to come today. It did not. So I'm thinking because there's a hurricane, some of the delays, in delivery, that would make sense. Hurricane Hillary's coming up the West Coast. It's hit some of my friends in Los Angeles tonight into tomorrow, and it'll be here in San Francisco tomorrow. So I expect delays. Anyway, I should be getting a green screen. I want to try to do cool things with that. We'll see how that turns out. Second thing I want to do is by or during September. I'm not sure because I haven't secured the date yet. But I will have an episode up with another person. A friend of mine is we're going to have a dialogue. Talk about how we met, the things that we've done together, and see what else crops up. Kind of just sharing and comparing experiences. So I think that'll be really cool. A few other things. I would like to start some of the series that I wanted to do. One of which will be dissecting the book Alcoholics Anonymous, the big book as it's called. I want to talk about what's good in it, what's awful and problematic, and how I've applied that book, in kind of a long form version of my How a Satanist Works AA video, which I will put up in one of the corners. Still getting used to my directions there. So I'm going to do a long series where I'm dissecting it chapter by chapter, which means I'll be reading it several more times and getting a good feel about different notes I want to take and how I want to talk about that. The second series I wanted to do a video on this. I was actually going to do an introductory video on this week, and when I wasn't feeling well, I decided not to do that because I want this to be a longer, thought-out video or series now where I really dive into. This will sound funny to those of you who aren't familiar. The lore behind the insane clown posse and Juggalo culture at large. Because, my mic is in the way. There you go. So, yes, I am a former Juggalo. I joke around that I am a reformed Juggalo or a recovering Juggalo sometimes. That's part of the culture that helped me develop my late teens into my early 20s, and there's a lot of spiritual and political themes running through a lot of ICP's music and the culture at large. And instead of doing a video, I want to dissect the albums in a similar vein as I'm doing with the AA book and talk about what's good, what's problematic, how I've applied it, and where it is today. That segues into the third series that I want to start, which is talking about music that I enjoy and listening to new bands and finding new artists that I can get into. I think that'll be really cool. I've kind of always wanted to do that, like talk about music in general. It'll be part album review. I'm not a critic. I mean, I am, but I'm not like a professional critic. So my terminology is going to be less in tune with their composition and genre and stuff like that. Like, I know general genres, a lot of what I listen to is pop punk and post-hardcore, vaguely speaking, rock music. There's some metal thrown in there. I want to go over different albums by artists that I've listened to since my teen years. Excuse me. And, stuff I've picked up over the last couple years and stuff I'm currently getting into. I'd like to do album reviews, or if an artist only has a couple of albums because they, were in and out. I listened to a couple bands that they released one album, and that's sad, but it happens. Other bands, one or two, same, or two or three even, and that is what it is. So I want to do reviews about music. I want to do a long series dissecting the progressive politics and spiritual undertones, broadly speaking, the philosophy of Juggalo life. I think it's funny. It will turn quite a few heads, but there's a lot to be said about it, and I don't want to just squeeze it all into one video. I think that'll be important. I think dissecting the AA Big Book and talking about my experiences, reading it the first couple times versus where I'm at today. Obviously, I'm not a practicing AA anymore, but there's still a lot there. So I want to talk about the good, I want to talk about the bad in AA, in Juggalo culture, in music I listen to. There's a lot of artists I've outgrown musically. I'm not even going to talk about them. Or I might mention, like, oh, I used to listen to this, but I don't. Eminem is a good example. I'm not reviewing any of his music. I can't. I don't. It doesn't vibe with me anymore. It's not where I'm at politically, philosophically. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. So there are a few of his songs that I think are guilty pleasures. They're about recovery, so... but anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Those are like the main updates. Long-term goals are continue doing this. Like I said, figure out a good way to make this more like a podcast in construction. I think having the green screen will help for video, for when I do specifically video stuff. That won't translate to podcast, and I'm sorry for people who want to listen to podcasts. There will be videos where I'm going to be like, if you look at the green screen over here, we have this and that going on. It's just not going to translate to podcasts. You can listen to the video, but if there's something you need to see, that's going to be what it is, unfortunately. I can't really do much besides explaining what's on the green screen, and depending on the type of video I'm doing, in some cases that might be, I won't say impossible, but kind of time-consuming. I don't want to take up too much of my time when I get the green screen working and figure it all out. I don't want to spend too much time talking about what's on it for people who can already see it. And I know that there's going to be barriers for people who can't see it or just prefer to listen instead of watch, and I understand. I will do my best with what I can to make that as accessible as possible, but also understand that if I'm using the green screen in a certain way, my intent is to have a more visual-based audience for that sort of stuff. Maybe later I can figure out better ways to translate that stuff so that it is more accessible. Anyway, I don't want to focus too much on what I could be doing. I just want to say what I plan to do. So, more green screen content. I need to learn how to use it. I need to get lighting. super long term. Eventually, I'm going to be getting a new computer. I would like to stream video games. I don't know how yet. I haven't figured that out. I know how, but I mean, I can use software to do it, but I don't know how that's going to play into everything that I'm doing. I would like to really commit to the schedule that I've had so far, uploading on Saturdays. I'll make Sunday my late day if I have to, on weeks that I'm sick or otherwise busy. I'm going to be starting a new job soon, so that will determine my schedule. It looks like I'm going to have Fridays and Saturdays off, so there's a chance I will do recordings one of my weekday evenings and then try to do the editing and upload the script for it so that captions and subtitles are available for release on Saturday or Sunday like I've been doing. So today, plan is finish this video, type up the quick script for it, have it out for y'all for Sunday morning. And what else? Well, there's lots. This guest speaker I'm going to be having will be one of many. I don't have any other people specifically planned, but I've got some ideas in mind. Some of it might be Zoom format because I do have friends. I have international friends. That's wow. I have international friends that I could be talking to about various things, getting their life experiences. I think that'll be cool. So moving forward with the channel, I'm going to create a couple different playlists based on videos I have uploaded and based on videos I will be uploading so that I can make things more thematic, easier to find for people who want to see that. If cooking and food is your sort of thing, I might do, it's not going to be regularly, but I would like to do some cooking. I really like cooking and baking and preparing food, so I would love to get something like that set up. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. That's actually something I could probably use the green screen for, to have just an empty background of some kind behind me when I'm talking about it, and then have the camera over whatever I'm prepping and cooking and baking and whatever else. I think that'll be exciting. That was actually my original plan for when I wanted to start a YouTube channel, was baking and cooking. And I decided I do not have the energy to regularly create content in that way. I do have the energy to talk for hours on end, which is why my shortest video is like 35 minutes so far, with the exception of this one. This one will be shorter than all of those because I don't have the content for it this week. So yeah, things to look forward to, new series, and maybe some shorts. When I say shorts, I'm talking like 10 or 15 minute videos. I'm gonna try to stay away from under 10 minutes. I don't feel like they're as catchy as they used to be. Some people, depending on the nature of the video, that's all they want. If I'm looking up video game tutorial or how to fix something on my phone, I might want to find like a 5 to 10 minute video. But more often than not, the stuff that I watch tends to be an hour, 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours long. 4 hours is about where my attention span cuts off for videos, and that's usually with a break or two. So there will be that. So what's going on in my personal life? Might as well give an update on that. Like I said, I'm starting a new job soon. That's not set in stone as far as when. There's a lot I want to say, but I will not say out loud on video just yet. So I will be starting a new job sooner rather than later. I've been setting that up for a while. I've only been working part-time. It's been kind of tough for me. So I talk about my Venmo and my Cash App and whatever else. Any financial help definitely helps. I've been doing this for free as a side gig. It'd be cool if I make money off of it. It's not something I intend to do full-time, but with all the series and stuff that I have going on, I tend to want to make more time for it. I like making videos. I like editing them. Depending on the output of my content in the future, I might have to form a small team, and I'll figure all that stuff out. But as it stands right now, I am recording. I do the minor bit of cutting and editing that I need to do to, get rid of motorcycle noises, or occasionally I yawn too much. Or there was that time where the camera blurred because I got too close to it. And anyway, I'm doing all of the things by myself. I would also like to do audio mixing. I used to do that as a musician. Minor. I'm not great at it. But having audio recording separately on top of my video gives me a better chance to cut out background noises. Eventually I will get soundproof padding. Also, further off in the future, I'm going to be finding a new place, so I'll have to make that soundproof, and figure all of that stuff out. So let's do a quick recap. I am getting a new job soon. I'm still studying Japanese, although I could be committing to that more. I have a lot of schedule conflicts. We'll see this happening. In coming weeks, I will be facilitating my own recovery meeting with this program that I started working with. I don't want to say things that I don't know if I can say yet, because while it is mostly public, nothing on that end for me is set in stone. So just know that if you're in need of a meeting, I have recovery resources. I'm going to post that up there somewhere too, so that you can click on that video, even if not to watch it, just to look in the link. I've got a ton of resources linked there. What else? I want to stream video games. I want to talk about music. I want to continue talking about things that interest me philosophically, politically, whatever. And I want to continue to tie most of what I'm talking about into that general theme of philosophy, politics, religion, spirituality, and just how all that stuff intertwines in our lives, right? To me, music is a very spiritual thing, which is why I love stuff like ICP. Like, unironically, it's not great all of the time. In fact, most people don't like it, and that's okay. It's just something I enjoy sometimes. I accept where it's problematic. I don't listen to it very often anymore, but that's gonna be for that series. So I will be dissecting that at large. I will be dissecting the big book word for word to let you know what the hell is up with that book from 1930 something, because boy oh boy, there's good stuff in there, but there is some questionable stuff in there too. Let's see. Music. I'm not a big movie person. Probably not going to talk about that. I'll eventually do an episode about Harley Quinn, because that's where I get my last name from. I have a lot of Harley Quinn clothes. I frequently dress like her in dresses and skirts and stuff like that. So, yeah. I have lots of good ideas for things that I want to do with this, and I want to see this grow. So I will be doing lots of discussions with other people and see where that goes. I'll make it podcast format, and I'll make it as accessible as I can within my means to do so. Yeah, if y'all have any ideas, leave a comment below. DM me on Instagram. Follow me on Threads. I'm shit posting there. I finally stopped talking about that Elon site, because I don't use it. I just don't. I have an account and it's totally blank. I had bigger plans for it, but I'm just abandoning it now. So it's there, but don't follow me. Find me on Threads, find me on Instagram, send me a couple bucks, let me know you liked what I've been doing. I've been doing this almost 2 months now. I think it's exciting. I found a new hobby / interest to pour time into. People seem to like what I have to say, or I wouldn't, I wouldn't think that I would be getting positive feedback if people didn't like what I had to say. So the fact that people want to guest star on my show, basically, that's pretty cool. That feels right. So yeah, big things are coming. Speaking of big things coming, there's a hurricane. So if you are on the west coast of the U.S., be careful out there. I don't even know how many people are gonna, lose power or how powerful this thing is going to be. It could be dangerous. There's supposed to be flooding in some places, so please be careful out there. I think that's about it for me. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, send me a couple bucks, send me a message, let me know what you think. If you want to see me talk about something or you have something you think I might find interesting, let's set it up. Let's get it done. I'd love to learn about new stuff. I'd love to talk about new stuff. I would love to an extent, teach about new stuff and talk about things that I discover on my own or through someone else. All of it's good. Information is power. Remember to love yourself and love the people who love you. Keep being you, keep being cool, and keep being kind. People need compassion more than they need your hatred. And we can still hate people who want to kill us, and that's totally fine. Anyway, I think I've talked enough. I've kind of gotten to a ramble now. But glad to be here. Glad to keep doing this. Glad for the feedback I've gotten and the support I'm continuing to get. Looking forward to what is to come.